them for all Salon people and then party them. Seraja Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the President's Hour and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.serajamedia.org. Now who's tem these?
Hill Valley Academy is a school that provides the very best opportunities for our students to develop, grow and mature into young adults who are encouraged to become patriots as well as global citizens. We have high expectations and ambitions for all our students. We provide a caring, supportive, tolerant and challenging environment in which all individuals can grow and flourish. A graduate of Hill Valley Academy is a well-rounded human being capable of making the most of what life has to offer. We actively encourage academic excellence with a sense of responsibility. We look forward to welcoming you to our school and to meeting you in the not too distant future, because together we achieve the extraordinary.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the survivors of gender-based, or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
I love my country, but I usually say Sierra Leone is the country I hate to love. I do love my country, but my God, it's painful. So this, to me, the anger is not because my father and others have been killed and laid here. The anger is coming that we are not learning. We are making the same mistakes all the time. All the time we're making the same mistakes.
My name is Miata Fombula. I'm an economist, and every day I fight to change the way our economy works. I've seen up close the power of Labour governments to change things and to do the impossible. When the global financial crisis hit in 2008, I was working in the strategy unit for Gordon Brown's Number 10. I saw that with focus and political will, our government could move mountains. And it was in those months that I first understood that the change my parents taught us was necessary might actually be possible. My parents came to London as refugees when I was 5 and became part of the Sierra Leonean community here. They made impossible sacrifices to give my brothers and I the best start they could. I've been lucky, but for so many of the kids I grew up with, good kids from good families who were as likely to go to university as prison, the system let them down. My parents made sure we knew that this system that holds people down is wrong, that it deprives our communities of hope and ambition, and that we had a duty to change it. But I also grew up seeing the value of solidarity. When things got tough, people in our community banded together and helped each other out. And that's why I'm Labour. Because we know that it's not okay for just a few to do all right. We have to help everyone rise. The NHS, the minimum wage, we have always been the party of big ideas to lift everyone up. And now we need to do it again. I've listened to people from across Camberwell and Peckham. They're worried about the cost of living, the lack of homes they can afford. They feel that our schools and hospitals are at breaking point. They want change. Harriet Harman blazed a trail for women. Standing on her shoulders, I want to be Camberwell and Peckham's next MP, so that I can bring big ideas to Labour to make this change a reality and move mountains for this community. I've spent the last 5 years leading a charity that develops ideas that could transform our country. Free childcare for all, a living income so everyone can live well, a Green New Deal. Ideas I will always fight for because I know who I am fighting for. I'm fighting for the kids that don't get a shot, for the parents who are making impossible sacrifices, for the people who are struggling to get by, the people who are Camberwell and Peckham. I want to use my voice on the national stage as your voice, to make your fight my fight, so that together we rise.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Seraja Media Live on YouTube and Facebook. And welcome to the next edition where we do today on top how they go inside the Republic. Well, today we switch for how they go inside the Republic to head-to-head. We all know what's in our head-to-head. Head-to-head, and the program will be in country now for talk about politics, especially politics where the diasporans and they play for interfere with the politics where they happen as alone. So today, for the past couple of weeks, we done day on a streamline of a political party where they get their own local elections them for elect then delegates members they really go vote for the conventional. Also, people that really represent them all over the world in various different capacities: chairman, chairwoman, treasurer, accountant, financial secretary, secretary general, youth, this, you name it, all the positions that I'm so confused that I don't even know what is what anymore, because I get the influence of saying this now the diaspora, West region, South region, North region, the region them plenty. So I don't know who for starts with the regions them of the diaspora. But today there's a surprise in the back for you guys, because the man will not always feel to say no the ED. But guess what? Make not feel for cinnamon. I mean, one game back on this monologue show today. Think again, because it's not just me alone. Welcome to the show, Mr. Mohamed Conteh Jumaba, Comrade Minus, not so Comrade Plus. So welcome to the show, Mr. Jumaba.
Hello, Hello, Fambulem. Afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on who say you day. We gladly forget tonight today on a special edition of Head to Head, wherein we focus on the All People's Congress, the APC, mostly the UK and Ireland branch of the All People's Congress. You get people in London where they vie for position, all side. And before I talk about something, I address T-Boy first. T-Boy, where they address me with the All People's Congress, before add respect. Because me a senior comrade. Me not a senior comrade by vying for position or by virtue of me work behind the scenes. And
So,
me na honorary foundation member as well. So take it them where they talk to me. Huh?
How we connect? How we connect?
I connect because we depa make you ID card. Otloko Bobo and Sweet Bonita, they already don't fill your application form. As soon as the election's done, so now because of conflict of interest, make them not give ID card because we don't know, say you bias, you get certain people that they support. So now I make you know get for vote. But as soon as the election's done, and Seraja media and they will show you your membership card that you're a true member of the All People's Congress Party. So now so you connect.
I like when you use the word true member, because if you don't use the word true member, sometimes I'm for think I'm otherwise. But definitely, I know for say me $1.4 million in a corner the wait for sure. Because this trip, me vote and me registration card not for me life no more. Now me pension.
Now your pension as well. Well,
Yes.
again, if you know one come now the most attractive political party, the party where they make all the difference, then we'll get party where the auction. You can go buy. There's a party for auction. NGC no get owner right now.
No, I'm not get party, we not get ownership right now. I for go start from scratch. Before the allow only 1.5, I will go start from
All right. But you said something earlier where you start, where I want to touch on. You talk about, see different people coming for different positions and things like that. And I think that is very important because don't forget about, say, this now intra-party politics, okay? We're now within the APC. But the good thing is you see new people, new faces, community leaders, people where don't do so much. Now they show interest, say, one, I get for puts me mot, usai me money day, and puts me money, usai me mot day, and also get for participate actively. So it's about active political participation. That's what we're seeing now. We've been on the lacking before. In as much as people still they say politics na dirty game, I disagree. I believe say you have to be part of the process. So if we see people let me come up, that's a good sign as well. Although some might say, because politics not the easy way for make money, that's self I disagree. So I just want to highlight that to you. Over to you, and thank you for welcoming me to your head to head, and I will help you small. And remember, I say I will help me come with them as well if I see you and bully them.
That's the way you mentioned that, because I'm not really happy when you joined the beginning of the head to head today. Because this head to head today, now one way I feel say gets serious bites, and the bites where I feel say gets the two positions then we will talk about today. Now very key positions. So I want like you allow me no more like I just run the show for maybe 2 hours, then I'll leave on you.
No, honestly, you're gonna run the show. I totally, it's in your hands. I just say no, I'm going to help you small. That's all. And I'm honest about it. I will. Where you call me? No. Where you call me?
Right. Okay, guys. Welcome back once more, and welcome to all those watching on Facebook, and welcome to all those watching on YouTube as well. Today we get a very, very important head-to-head. What make I say head-to-head very important because of the positions then we look at right now. These are very key positions within the diaspora, especially in the UK. We now talk to two key people within the UK diaspora. We are the women's leader to be and the chairman for the London constituency chapter. Hadiman, now so I can get things confused a little bit. The UK&I and the London constituency, what are the two differences? Is it the same entity or two different regions?
So if I can help based on my understanding, the All People's Congress, if you notice, now gets a sixth region when in the diaspora region. So now like the diaspora now the big one. Let's say if you did Salon, you get how many regions? Now 5 regions, right? You know, so diaspora is the 6th region. You can get north, northwest, south, east, and western area. So diaspora is the 6th region. If you look how Freetown, let's take Freetown for example, how Freetown is divided, you get west region, west districts inside Freetown, you get east district, they get rural as well. So you see, so now so the diaspora safety. The diaspora, if you be one for liking the tell where we get constituencies, like London is a constituency under the UK and Ireland, and UK and Ireland is a district. If you be liking to the old system will be get. Okay, now they don't say they will not get district, will not get constituency system or district block. But so if you be they do and so now so you they now so that you they liking then you get the diaspora region. So the constituencies is London, Manchester, Midlands, you get the Bristol. I don't know whether they said it separately. Then I don't know if Reading said it separately. So that's how you have them as constituencies. In America here as well, the constituencies are the chapters. So you get the chapter, then you get the US branch, when are the overall, you know, for North America as well. So so Mohamed, sorry, I can't call name, where they run for the London chapter, they run for, like I say, you want for be constituency chairman for the APC now under UK and Ireland.
All right, so I think that we can make that definition a little bit clearer when we get them on the platform. But viewers, if you're watching head to head, it's not T-Boy from Seraja Media, and you get to Juma waiting at the other side of the ocean, we're in the United States of America. But today we talk to 2 important people, and one is a female, the other one is a male, and we get them for dinner the position we have to say in a very crucial position within the UK diaspora APC constituency. I would say constituency for a whole. I'm not only going to mind me because I might have some conflict in terms of naming and differentiating those 2 categories, either leader, UK&I, London, chairperson constituency. But when we can talk to the people and we get the discussion for this particular interview tonight, then we're able to give you some clarity. One of the aspirants that we get today now, Mrs. Bintu Isatu Sesay. You see what they take me time for starter? Mrs. Bintu Isatu Sesay. Again, Bintu Isatu Sesay. Right. If you know that name, you get that name because this is not the woman who really try for go for the position of women's leader for UK&I within the UK chapter. And then we also get a fine young gentleman I don't sabi for quite some time within politics, but I can always watch them with Badialek and they see what's going to happen at the ground. When are none other than Mohamed Conteh. Mohamed Conteh, they try for go for the position of chairman London constituency, but you can't explain to me what's in that one they mean. But then you always say ladies first, and even if not to be ladies first, I mean for go with Auntie Isatu. Plus, Juma, what do you think? Not a lie, but that's true.
This way, no get choice. You know, signed, sealed, and delivered. 9 force. They get priority. She's exclusive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the platform for the first time at the Sierra Media House within the UK and the diaspora. Madam Isatu Bintu Sesay, welcome. Say welcome to and say hello to viewers and tell them small number about you before I bring Mohamed in. Over to you, Madam Is.
Good evening and thank you. The media team, me viewers them, me comrades them, family and friends. I tell una all kushe. As una don yeri, me na Madam Bintu Isatu Sesay, the ni kanu. Me I divide for the position of women's leader na London chapter. We're in a district now. And I tell una kushe.
Madam Isatu Sesay, well, Juma, I'll make you bring kind of the honors of Mohamed into the platform. And say, I don't want to be biased with you. I want to make me to go neck. So over to you, Juma. Introduce the fine young gentleman we actively involved in the APC politics for the past 45 years. Well, I don't say don't jump that region when I'm in the youth region. So right now, over to you, sir.
Well, Fambulem, as soon as Tiboy don't say, we get with another guest where they vie for a very important position, significant for the All People's Congress because UK and Ireland, particularly London, is the place for all the political parties. Then, if you don't have a strong base in London, then you have a problem. So today, we come now head to head, we come fet with Mr. Mohamed Alhaji Conteh, with a vie for the position of chairman for London branch under the UK and Ireland for the All People's Congress. It can't tell we to make can fit for that important position. But before that, Mr. Mohamed, welcome to Seraja Media, and tell Fambule Madu, tell them your name, tell them, you say wale you say, let not be saying, I will tell them which you divide for. So tell Fambule Madu and introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Seraja. My name is Mohamed Alhaji Conteh. Of course, I divide for the London constituency chairmanship position. So I'm grateful now.
All right, well, thank you so much. Over to you, T-Boy. Now for check your network, and I don't know if now afraid you don't begin afraid you are resign before you even then give the position, or now your network now they shake. Well, just get ready, get ready. Or based on SFPP, then they don't begin to do so and so you have a big fight in your hand if you win. So over to you, T-Boy.
Well, thank you very much, Mohamed, for that quick and short introduction there. I believe, we will get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, what you stand for, when you start politics, why you feel to say you're not the best person for this position. But today, it's not about actually scrutinizing you guys about what you want to stand for, because our position is very key to this constituency. And we don't see a lot of issues that will happen over the past couple of years within the APC structure. I remember a couple of years ago, they go for votes come out from votes, it turns to nomination come out from nomination, it turns to selection. All those drama has happened over the past 10 years within the politics of APC in the diaspora. I can go to Madam Isatu. I want you to explain to me briefly what has been your own experience over the 10 years of the APCians then within the diaspora, especially in the UK, where they belong to the ideology of votes, selection, nomination, and now we don't realize the way forward with APC politics is by the ballot box. What have you experienced over those years? What would you compare them to as we are right now?
Thank you so much, T-Boy. It's a wonderful experience for me because initially, when the tears would happen, we get the clause where they say election or selection, we can always they worry we because we don't know what they happen, come to the deadline, where they go reach na the final touch. So those were the days when we don't know we faith at all. With the campaign, we they do everything, but when time comes, they say, okay, we want more to negotiate, wait them go, then come, then lift the hands there up. They say, this now will give. While at this present moment, we feel say we don't come to a time where we begin get the understanding, say, everybody can come out and fight for a position because say, you dey reach na the touchline via merit. And it's how you reach out to the comrades them, to your supporters them, and how you believe in yourself, you networking. So then two differences, then they then come clear. And now, me talking to Una, are they at ease because I get for do me assignment well by campaigning well. I get for do me assignment well by staking the cards. I get for do me assignments well for continue for believing in myself and do teamwork. They will put me in a strategic position for make I get what I want. And I know say I get no fear because the ballots na the final voice. They will make you get the desired outcome. So for me, the difference that one day between the then and now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Ice. I know say we all be don't sweat that sweat today because why election day specifically all goes the eagerness for go see that the winner for bid for that particular election day, but then we just sweep put and give it to the foot. Mr. Mohamed, I know say your role in APC and politics over the past 10 years has been very much active and on the front line. What are some of your thoughts back in the days compared to what we look at right now?
Thank you very much. If I can just step into the shoes of the previous speaker, I go and add the merits and the merits of the previous system, how it operates. One of the advantage being that they use them as means for kind of create a neutral ground, wherein the one way not gets the money as opposed to the one way gets the money. The grassroots politics of the APC, say, is so entrenched inside the system. Meaning, even that family, na markets, where they sell na markets, we're active in politics, but you don't get money for projecting itself. Through consultations, they can say, well, let's bring them and move forward. Let me compensate them because of the hard work, which you don't do. Now so the party, they use their system that day. As suppose somebody where gets the money, where they project itself so easily, or if possible, it catapults itself to political prominence so easily. So our party, being a grassroots party, we make sure, say, we get a system where the last speaker talked about, when at the selection by consultation, now so that we call them. So meaning, if this person here, they don't work so hard, but you don't get the finance to project itself, we will call them in, we consult. When I sabi this person, I don't do. Then the brand come into the fold, the political fold of the APC party. So that's so it be even good, to be honest, it be good. But the disadvantage side or the demerit part of PAM is that they create a level playing field for let all man thrive. Because if you look at them, you go take and say some other agents and they will misuse that opportunity they back, only seek their own interest. Meaning, for example, if my papa be don't serve, I like a baton, where at life for pass away retire, they pass them back to me picking. Whereas that might be the market, they want to play active role, or that part where they make sure he active in politics, but not get the opportunity for projects himself. Where in this case, now the independence variable, where the money, So as such, a level playing field no day. So if you ask me that question, over the years, I believe saying that their system here and then they operate. But now, of course, say people that be cry that foul, they say now they want a level playing field whereby every single individual will participate in the active political activities of the APC party, regardless who that you be, regardless whether you're not Bende, you're not Simini, you're then at the north, you're then at the south, regardless. So they want that level playing field where you cast, you vote through the ballot box. Then, therefore, they put aside the selection or the consultation. So if you ask me, now the merit and demerit over the years, and now the current change is this, we make it now say that they go cast votes through the ballot box.
Great to hear it from both of you guys this evening, and I believe say it makes so much sense. But Mohamed, back again, if that steering wheel was working, then it was effective. Everybody was gaining momentum. And like the idea we bring, come say, they may give opportunities to the traders. They may not be financially strong, but they have been very hardworking and been dedicated to the party structures and everything with the party being stand for. So they too have an opportunity to be selected because of their hard work, not compared to somebody who just walks in overnight and walks in with millions and one for splashy millions. I like that idea. But if that idea has worked for the past 30, 40, 50 years from time immemorial, what do you make it to say it is really necessary to make that change now, even though we know still say within all other political parties in Sierra Leone, they're still moving ahead with the same system? What do you make to say the people that will come out and say this is the way forward is legit? Do you think it is something that is really, really necessary now, or do you think it's something that was inevitable?
To be honest, sorry, I will remind you again the previous statement where I talk about the advantages and the disadvantages. Me no kind of negate the efforts of the one that we initiate the idea. You understand? However, I will only tell you the advantages and the disadvantages in this case. You understand? I think the best way that one day to describe them, to let all man be able to understand. Yes, he worked in the previous governance structures then. But let me look at what are the benefits directly. You understand? As opposed to waiting the new one, the other agents, them or the other individuals and cry for say, now that changes don't come, but let me reflect also, waiting make them they use some of them clause in there. I want to remind you, say, we country be there at war. So not to all sides, we party political activities and be they reach. I believe say, one of the reasons that we make them come up with them clause in there. Because they're not able to go too far or kind of conduct effective political activities. But now, other party stakeholders them thought and fit say the changes don't come. We don't get peace in the country. So therefore, far-reach areas the way they not be the reach, we make some of their clauses there, they inside with constitution. It will change now. So now they cry that way and cry, we make these changes happen. And I just remind you, T-Boy, that during the adoption of that constitution, they are happened for Dede, happened for play me on part, where you be the advocates for the diaspora. We don't become a sixth region now. First of all, we'll let them increase with quota. We then give away the 50 delegates for the entire diaspora. What's having the points of argument? The reason being, if you say winner a region, because inside the constitution is clearly spelled out, say there shall be a region or 6 region. You understand? So now the strongest area enforcing that one day. And also no reason why making other treat with the same like any other region that's alone. So you see now some of the issues that the way people say is still necessary when we get for pet for. Pet in a sense we get for put with case. A case to the party for let them see reason and understand. As you know, politics, you negotiate. And when you negotiate, at least we must reach at that junction, inside and go see reason and understand. For the whole region, for let we get 50 delegates, come on, compared to that of Sierra Leone, we get more than 200. Just look at the difference, you know. So now that's what the advocate. So if you ask me again, and they still want to emphasize the need for do comparative analysis other than I give a clear-cut answer as to why make it work before they will not left on that way than people then decide say it will change. So if I can answer that question, I will only limit it to the merits and the demerits and the reason behind actually embedding those clauses inside the Constitution.
All right, thank you very much, Mohamed. The reason why we could ask this question is because some of us wants to learn a little bit more about the dynamics of how the new Constitution will work and how it differ from the previous systems the way the party don't use all this while. Back on to Madam Isatu, before I bring Kanjuma in, I know you've been actively involved in politics, especially APC policy. I think the first time I saw you actively involved in politics was about 9 years ago at the JC Duffet Hall. There was a member of parliament that came from Freetown. I don't know whether it was Lonsa or Potloko or somewhere. He was here to visit, and you guys hold a small gathering for him at the JC Duffet already now Wyndham Road. And I just live across the road from there, and I was walking through, and I saw and heard people in the talk. I'm louder than this, knowing to realize, say, oh, now MP come, and then what tell me to automatic camera. Come, that's not for me. Then they do some good pictures outside. So that was the first time I saw you actively in politics. And I'm thinking,
what do you so and demonstrate to you, so boy?
What's in?
All People's Congress. Where you didn't treat them, draw you can, and they push you gonna do. Then bring you.
I was shocked. But it was amazing to see. On that night, I saw so many women, and all the women that I saw after that particular night are now actively involved in politics. So, Andreas, I just want to come back to you and ask you, what has your involvement been so far within the APC party for the past 10 years, where I don't actively believe so you don't be part of, but I think so you don't stay there a bit longer than the 10 years when they make mention. So, but that's my own recollection of your active involvement in APC. What has been your role over these years?
Very correct. Thank you so much for coming back to me, T-Boy. I quite remember that day, and it was a beautiful day. But like you rightly say, I've been done day inside from then 2002, 2003. And my involvement, it kind of, they shift from becoming powerful, powerful, and powerful. Initially, I started off being an observer. I went there, I made a decision, I made it home, I register. By then, it was Yoni Sesay, setting during and others. And during then time, then they in APC, be APC in London because they just don't bring them up to meet the likes of Bakari Stevens, late Mami Kumba of blessed memories. We they go there at times we go bluff, we dress well, we sit down at the corner. Then we go back, we begin involved, they serve, they ensure everybody is well looked after. We go inside with the interactive skills, good interpersonal skills. We mingle, we watch, then we find a place. And since then, me can become very active with the Bambali District Association, where I first registered because of my community activities. Them, why I say so? There was a time where we get one of a colleague in London where they be shoot party. And I took on the mantle of a leader from my work, my home, my church. Nobody asked me. I went to my workplace. I raised funds. So I take the funds and not even go to the association. I did my sister. I said, go give them. She was shocked. And then we go give them. They said, really? This woman is 1 in a million because we don't get that yet in our community. By then, we don't get all the contributions here, the tala them, the this. It was not existing. So immediately, Naida invite Josephine, say, if you bring me Canada, because they get an open constitution, whether you were born in McKinney, Bambali district, whether you went to school there or you have an affiliation. So I tell her, say, how come? Yes, I went there. My mother is a Conventarian. Let me cut it short. He persuaded me, I joined. Immediately I joined, my first involvement, it catch the eyes of the members. So they asked me for join the audit team. I did it with perfection. So elections came, I became the deputy secretary to Mr. Barry. Then after that, another election came. Then they collect no more than they collect for me, you know, me movements. We make election. Now the Dendura Conteh, he become chairman, and the next person where they say will be deputy, it didn't come down well, so he not participate. 6 months down the line, I sit down and say, well, we need fulfilling the position. I still be the monitor APC because I really want for belong and work for my community and with my community, for me people there. So now they say they're fulfilling this gap here. Unanimously, then choose me. And I did them proud. And because of that, when Durade exits the arena of the Bambali District Association as chairman, I succeeded him. After I succeed them, and I become the most powerful Bambali District chairperson, I was younger in age than my predecessors. Me are the only chairperson for Bambali. We don't lead the team to a successful event with then President Anesco. Where they make the dinner and dance. And guess what? Again, when we go there, the offer we say, me and Joe, now we they do the ticketing and coupons and everything. Yeah. And those days, Bambali and APC are like tooth and neck or tooth and whatever you call it. So it was like an APC and Bambali activities have been the take. We go, we do everything. And they ask us to say, because now a merger from the UK and home, they want somebody from the team in London for be the person where they introduce Mrs. Annie. Another food for me. unanimously they chose me. I did them proud. By then, after that, Mrs. Koma was so happy, embraced me. And then I was in SLBS round the clock for over a week. We came back and the news went. Now that picking the una don't make powerful so. So minus waiting and no say I get within me the passion and everything for work with people then and with people then. I continue. I then at the APC say this be enter now. Now I say, come on, I not go just go they come serve, do this, go meeting, dance, empathy. I need for kind of the front stage. So when the election done, then chose we, and my name come up for be the organizing secretary. Based on the background where they know say are able to bring people together, galvanize the women there, empowerment, and then till the day. So I served that role there very well. I can remember where Samuel came the first time like London for attend an APC meeting. I was the one also selected to introduce the MCs, and I performed well. And since then, I've always been APC, and not just that. At the extent I'm a role in Africa. When I don't one in London, we began this association where 91 can set up. We worked fervently for make who supports the people who may be affected with Ebola. And for the APC Women's Wing, we began some contributions that we want to make now. Fit on. And we elders, then the women's leader, and then the organizing secretary, then they look elsewhere outside for raise the funds. So achieving bigly. And I know how to forget the resources them. And I know me, when they say something, I they come forward if I get. And inside here, every fundraising event a day, anything a day, I they involve in each and other, every activity back home, I they do humanitarian causes them, I they educate people them on the APC, why the party. There was a time I go to Sierra Leone with a heavy heart where I lost my younger sister. At the church we did, when I represent the family, for give a speech, somebody identify me and beg somebody who sabi me say, you sabi this woman? He said, I like the way we talk. And the woman said, now we APC woman, they now all day there. I said, well, better know if you able, I can talk for me around the was EBI water or whatever. So they engaged me. 2 weeks down the line, I went there because they say they want for make I tell the people that they need, despite we don't loss, why the people therefore stay steadfast with APC. So I outline a lot of things like the clinics they all don't set, the roads they all don't map, the things them. It was impressive. And I was also invited to New England to make a talk with one of the journalists that will cover the program. So my involvement with APC intertwined with here and back home. So I don't want to take much of the time because we have other speakers. And they stop first because there is more to come. Thank you.
Wow, that is breathtaking. You see, to be very honest, if I'm for way you don't give this kind of short message because you don't take me through from the beginning to where you are right now. And I will guarantee you say there are many people watching that are going to watch this particular interview might not have known you in all those capacities that we don't highlight. So it was a very good thing that I asked you that question. So your involvement within the APC before the 8-10 years where I don't know you for being involved in APC, it way surpassed the time where me don't know say the APC. But I rest my case and keep my mouth shut. Over to you, Jumaba. Continue with the next segment. Let me know exactly what is going to happen within then to find people that are so really vouch for become women's leader and the London constituency chairman. So over to you, Juma.
All right, thank you so much, T-Boy and Fambulem. If I just join me, we get with today two guests, Mr. Mohamed Alhaji Conteh and Madam Isatu as well. He said they were Twinaya, and we did talk to them about their reason and their interest why they vie for executive position na the All People's Congress UK&I Ireland. But I just want to ask the technical team for check the sound. That sound is a little bit low on Madam Isatu's side. So if
no, I think sounded fine because I just cross-checked sound earlier on whilst I heard that or saw that message.
Okay, all right. So I just get up just for highlight them. So my question, Lago first, but the question for Ona too, Mohamed and Isatu. And it's I don't know whether they read me mind, Madam Isatu, they do presentation. You provoke the question why we ask. So here it is. Why the APC party? This, I'll start with Mohamed first. Why the APC party and why una the vie for them position they are? Mohamed, over to you.
Thank you very much, Yuva. First of all, I want you a bit of historical background about myself and then my kind of links with the APC party. I'm not going to do myself justice if I just talk. I answer the question straight away, why the APC party without my historical connection with the party. The membership with the APC party spanned back 21 years ago. During Students' Union exuberant days, like Jala University, I go on to draw your attention, say, I mean, the very first APC Students' Union representative at Jala University after the insurrection. So imagine then after the reconciliation, after the disarmament.
Interject the quick. So why do you think that is important? Because you emphasize the first after the interregnum.
Yes, it's important because when we grow up as a young man, now the APC party I see them get tangibles now the country. So now it make us say it connected. Now that I grow up and see all the tangibles where we see in our country. We see the National Stadium, Apple for meet the EU building, Apple for see bridges there where they construct. Most of the important things that when we come across WhatsApp on, how they call them, pipe-borne water, now all the districts, now the APC do that during their own reign. So when we come now, I get sense, I see say now that now the situation, I tend to kind of accept the APC. But most importantly, me own parents them and meet them inside the APC party. And at the same belief, then self get. Me mama, I be cheerleading in Wellington. That I come across the likes of Mikhailo Mansare and others. When few people them accept the party, they embrace them. So me self embrace them. I carry on my Students' Union activism na Jala University. So from there, I come overseas after I registered in 2002. That time, of course, and sees all the assets of the APC. I come now UK. When I come UK, I still follow the same trend. You know, I joined the APC party, the APC UK and Ireland branch now after my studies. So the same determination, the enthusiasm, where I pull na salon, why I defend the party na salon. Now the same thing I bring in Canada. So if you ask why the APC party, I believe saying that the only forward-thinking party, what I believe say to effect change, where they bring people in together rather than dividing them. We all see the ineptitude of this government. What thing they do? They don't fragment all the institutions them, all the games them we don't make from the previous administration of EBK. So we, the young people them, it's high time we come together to resuscitate with party. So if you can ask me why the APC and why me for being the chairman, I will clearly tell you, say, first of all, me history with the party. Believe you me, it's very unique. It's unique in the sense, the time, the days, when nobody, no one associates himself with the party. We stand tall, we defend the party. As I tell you in the history with Najala. Now, we are the students and where they be in prison in 2005. They beat me at the streets of Freetown. They lock me up with the likes of Mahmoud and others. Why we do that? Because we believe, say, the price of commodities be skyrocketed and oppression be there in the country. They're not listening to the voices of the majority, the cries of the people. Then they do things at will. Then they bastardize the constitution. So as such, we them and fit say, we the young and dynamic leaders them, now with various institutions, they will come out and put a stop to that. We the common and net, with the display flyers in our strategic areas and do clean people and they see them and read them. Why make they do that? They would step on the streets. And me and one of the leaders then, where kind of head the particular delegation will come up from Jala, the likes of by Mahmoudem, then come up from FBC. We can converge na circular road. So now from there, as I tell you, we disperse, they beat me mercilessly, and then imprison me. So I still recollect that, you know. So if I come back with the same determination. Every single demonstration I don't embark on now. Every single demonstration now this country. And I don't serve now the youth league of the APC UK&I as the Secretary General, first of all. And then I go up to become the deputy youth leader. I just want to remind you again, my own activities them. Not only limited Nayana UK, but it goes far and beyond Nasalon. If I can recall the Sambaya Bendugu by-election, being one of his unsung heroes. And up to now at the Tokam, even though it didn't at the media now, I will tell you, sir, I went there covertly, because now the only system the way we lost, and the man we been there by them as member of parliament is very ruthless. So I go there because of my ties in that part of the country, and do me own little way for make sure say he enhance the chances them for win the by-election. How I do them? I gave scholarships. I built how they call a health center day. I give scholarships to teachers them. I created the Bendugu Students Union. I also create youth groups them. The Borowa Descendants Development Association, the Kasafoni Youth Development Association. Now then youth executive members there are used as coordinators all over Sambaya Bendugu. Now they are used for the first time areas when I no-go areas them. I establish executive day of the APC party. And they pay for the transport for let them come to Freetown and tell them the reason why I do this. They accept. So if I call myself an unsung hero that the reason that one day, then the party don't have no choice but to make me a campaign coordinator for that particular by-elections. I finance the whole process, you know, the best way possible. At the end of the day, we win that seat day. You know, so if you ask me, activities them inside constituency 111, if you go there, I will tell you, say, until date, I don't give more than 250 scholarships them to deserving students them. These are from disadvantaged background. So at the bill still continue to build institutions like Aspirant constructs right now vocational institutes. So that's my leadership. If I come now without run out to UK&I, from hindsight, I work diligently with key players them, key leaders them, where their leaders and they get the determination to succeed. The likes of Mohamed Conteh and them other Absbangura, I don't work under them. So definitely, I believe say me best place for be the next London chairman for we constituency, this new baby way them born. If nothing just come out of the blue say if one can lead the London constituency, believe you me, that's a big mistake. Why make I say that a big mistake? Because they don't know the nitty-gritty. They don't know the challenges they will be the face. But being that individual, we don't go through the then challenges and they will different leaders them, I believe say our best place. I get this, I get the determination, I get the know-how, I get the competence for take that lead day, for catapult the London constituency to a new level. So I go rest my case, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Mohamed.
Jima Big, I just want kind sign number one. Mohamed, you don't make sure all the inside the way you say Sabi, you meet this, you building, you meet stadium. You be meet me, you go on.
You don't meet this huge.
You be meet me, you go on.
Where you go around? Park.
No, you don't meet me, you go on. Continue, Juma. I just want to take you. I just want to take you each. That's why I don't get you.
Well, thank you so much. You don't highlight a lot of things that we'll get for revisit as we go along. But I go to Madam Isatu, you know, why the APC party and why you they run for this position, or become the women's leader for the UK London branch.
Thank you. Well, why the APC party? It's obvious. Na Kumra party. Na party for the grassroots them. Na party we don't tolerate the woman them. It allowing the 30%. It brings about the agenda for change. And it tie with me on day in out job. And APC are not born day. I wasn't born into APC. I choose to become an APCN. And for the very right reasons. Now maybe the dance bien Musakome APC Tata so from them moment, yes. APC yes.
No. Sing out for first ballon. Understand? Sing that.
Yes. APC Tata so APC. Mohamed help me. We are together. It brought us momentum. Those are the days, and we'll be one for exploiting at this APC. So, say I don't explain because I don't want to reverse again to waiting. So, I don't do a lot of involvement, just like the previous speaker say. I don't take a lot of leadership roles. I get a postgraduate in strategic management and leadership. I don't lead the workplace. I don't lead a lot of activities them. I don't work alongside Mr. Juma in projects them. And
who stands so me? This Mr. Juma or the other one?
This Mr. Juma.
Juma England project they will not be the scene along them, but they don't begin to cast what's more.
May not be one of the best cast them, but anyhow, that aside. I served the UK&I Women's Wing as an organizing secretary, like I said. And my leadership skills then just phenomenal because I able to take what I learn in my management studies and leadership and link them into my day-to-day political affairs and my social life with my friends and family and comrades. So leadership is nothing new to me. And I went to a girls' school where I see my role model. The then Madam Usukande was our principal. She's unique. I admired her. Since that youth age, I say, I get for be a woman where go turn up in front of women and lead. And I achieved that to date. Because I've been done Sesay. When women then they in place, things happen. And these days, I see waiting the women them around the world they do. Political parties, the way allow women them for penetrate, they are doing better. So I read through like the Rwandan model, the other things. Also, I see the women leaders them. Women then they do great things just like waiting man they do. And me take now for bring waiting me get in me for the women's wing and the APC party for my able empower women the way they say women for women so that we will able to take strategic positions then like the party. We don't just want women's leader. We want to have the presidency. I would love to see that women stand out. Don't say where women they not be the talk. But APC give we the leeway and we get for execute them. That's the how can we by working with each other, advocating, educating one another, and reach out to we gentlemen them because we cannot do this without them. And I'm like they say, I've been fortunate as soon as I finished school. The mama was the regional person for the women's adult education, the whole of the North. So I've been reach out places, and there are times where you're not able to go for conferences. They send me. So I go around the country. So I've been on the place my eyes in leadership. And I come here, I walk towards it. I lead my department. I lead my church. I come APC, I strategically lead. I come na Bambali Association, I lead. And majority of the places. So it's very easy for many people to distinguish the fact, say, me are the best fit for being a leader because leadership to me is my fingertips. I can do it without being asked. I get the drive, I get the talent, and I get the enthusiasm, I get the energy. The drive is always in me. I can just grab proactively and do things. One knows say people they sit down, they look each other. That shows a true leader. So if you now ask me why APC and why the women's leader, I just feel say I get something in me where go add value to the party and especially the women's wing. And then obviously with the women, I'll work with them in making sure say we spread with wings to the woman then as alone. We need support through the offices of the President of the Women's Congress. And that's done then slated now. And I hope say I will execute that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Bintu. Before I go back to T-Boy, let me ask you a follow-up question because, you know, women's swing, there are school of thoughts or people the way they say political parties create women's swing just for keep the woman silent. And the women are always afterthoughts. Where if you look at a high table, you will see 20 man them, then sometimes one woman, or then call the woman just for introduce or pray or for give vote of thanks. What's your take? Because you mentioned 30% quota with the APC. So do you still believe in that? And if that is the case, how would you change that narrative for the women of the All People's Congress and Sierra Leone?
Thank you. Those days are far-fetched and gone. That's not the initiation where they give we the 30%, but now we work to get a 50-50, if not more. Now I make a talk about bringing about women president and in other capacities. Because a few days ago, we get meeting at the diaspora for the party. They ask over 50 men, no lady, as you rightly said. So now they begin say, well, maybe the woman then talk. Now somebody say, well, I don't ask two women. Now I say, listen, I want me to look at the ratio. You don't ask more than 50 men them and two women then. You make the analysis. That is what I have to bring in because I get forget the voice for able to talk for the woman, they will not get voice. And then we learn, I will challenge the woman that's at the table because we're able to deliver. And when we say they take on a mantle, we they execute well because we get all waiting it take and we they do it with passion. We are the first teachers them as mothers. We instill everything in their maniaty, the way they tell we say una go cook no more in the kitchen. But we don't step forward, we don't even pass the living room, we there by the door. For me, they know say those days are far-fetched and gone. We don't get the qualifications them, and we know they do them alone. Collaboratively, we form teams, and with the teams, we will accomplish better things. And then that teamwork day, it will be superb. So, women them, yes, they initiate we with 30%, but that 30%, una they watch we they come, and we they come heavily. And Sierra Leone will be a better place if they allow we chance for work alongside them or for even take the lead so that they watch say, yes, these people came, they watched, they saw, and they executed when they took over. So now that's me no more they say.
Thank you. Mohamed, T-Boy, I will come back to you. So you support woman them and you believe say woman then forget more voice, forget a seat at the table, or you feel say the woman and the magu too much let them sit down serve first?
On the contrary, Juma, let's say something. I support women inclusion into governance structures. Then, to be honest with you, like how the previous speaker say, women don't
just that inclusion or allowing them the space to actively participate, because there's a difference. I include you, and who includes who? Because if you say just inclusion, you bring them, you can't add them. That's it. So what?
So be honest with you, if you ask me, I give you a different school of thoughts. I don't want to use, I want to rephrase the word include them. in itself is discriminatory. Let me create the enabling environment for women participation. Now that's so if you use that, even certain words the women they use up till now or kind of make amendments into we laws them, they are discriminatory. You know, and so much so that for what allocate 30% quota for women participation in women governance structures, it is equally discriminatory, my dear brother. Why will not go create the enabling environments wherein women they will equally compete with men them in terms of service delivery? I mean, one single individual will believe say woman in a cobra. Woman in a cobra, when you give them responsibility, then they execute them better than men. And it's a fact that cannot be erased, my dear brother. So if you ask me that question, me totally and entirely there in support for create the only thing normally you use the word include. But let we create the enabling environment.
I did not. Now you say inclusion. I did not. I ask a question. Now you say before include human them. So not correct yourself.
One day for create, I use the word for create the enabling environment for women active participation into the governance structures then. Because women and they were able to deliver past man them. And we all know in the households them. Now Africa, and mind you, I just remind you, you are able for being participate for the DP program under the farmers preschool. Believe you me, waiting on earth, meaning they go meet farming families them. You kind of bring in innovative ideas, how to kind of make use of the available tools in agriculture for maximized production. You will be surprised waiting on earth. Imagine woman them early morning na village. Now that they first grab in the morning. If possible, for go prepare the farmhouse or for go to get board. And that time they due they come out, due they come, you don't for the all night. That woman all that wet day, they go with some say go picking back. Just like 8 ago. While the man day in a house, he get other woman a day, other wives a day. In the last go. So that just tells you, and that woman did something like last left my papa or you for rush can house for bring food back. So that just tells you, say women, in fact, they say they are the man are the breadwinners of the family. It's somehow contradictory. The woman then their input into upkeeping the homes now Africa, believe you me, in more than 70% than the men then. That's how they tell you outsidely. This now research will be conducted me for Anna Dede, a farmers preschool now saloon. Because I study agriculture as an extension officer, I happen for students here first hand. So if woman them get 10 key skills they kind of sympathy for look after them picking them. I believe say by extension of that sympathy they will look for handle issues them inside with politics in Africa. So if you ask me, women sometimes I will even say I exaggerate, but they are better place for serve, for deliver than men. Even driving, you go access to that driving. Naturally, they don't discover say women are more careful than men. So if that is the case, all other indicators they don't prove how careful women are in terms of service delivery.
They're not just careful; they are more responsible drivers. More responsible drivers than men. Yes, careful, not them as it is. They are responsible drivers because they follow rules.
Responsible drivers. So maybe any area of responsibility where you put them, believe me, they are more than capable to deliver than men.
Right. Thank you so much. I'm pro women. I have 2 girls, so the argument every day they tilt at the other side to the woman. And Tibo, over to you. I'll come back to the guest there.
Well, I know I look we start a new war. Because you look like so now I start
we'll not get there. I'm not now foundation are the bill for me argument, so you don't even understand.
Your foundation for your arguments not necessarily correct. I totally disagree with your foundation for your argument.
All right, we'll come there another thing.
I also believe say women empowerment is key. But the but to me is big. I know say women within the APC structure have been actively involved. I think if I'm being honest, APC now possibly the only political party where I feel say don't get women actively involved in frontline politics. That is for sure. There is no question about that. And the reason make I say so now, because when we were younger, we had a couple of names of APC stronghold women, but we cannot identify a couple of names of SFAP stronghold women going back 40, 50 years into history when we were possibly involved in active politics. And even as of now, you don't really hear active women in politics on the other end of the political spectrum, which would be SLPP, PNDC, C4C, and the rest. But I still think if you want to name 5 or 10 active women in politics, they will have to be women of the APC party.
Name 3 or 2.
Right now?
Yeah, no.
Back in the days?
Yeah.
Nancy Steele, Isatu Conteh, Aja Danke, Uda again.
Aja Sasode.
Yeah. Then plenty.
You don't name past 3, sir.
And none of the one that we possibly actively in the front line, we're at the forefront of the runners. Then there are a huge amount of them also within the middle line where you possibly not going to know them. But saying that, also women have still been marginalized at some point. But I think personally, the women that have been actively involved in politics back in the days for APC political party have made their own strides in so many different ways. And what we see now the fact say the women getting involved now in frontline APC politics are not just women of substance, but they are women of caliber, women of responsibility, women of honor, women that you can look up to, even you don't put politics in front of them. But these are the type of women that we are now seeing playing active APC and politics. And I was a bit shocked and surprised when I first saw all these positions going over the place, and I did not see the likes of women at first. And it just emerged. And I think it was like a waiting game for them to emerge. But I think, personally, if women are given not just a chance, but every position that anybody is going to be entitled to within politics or out of politics, you still need support, regardless of your gender. And if we begin look at the gender issue, now woman, so for supporter, like they are weak, no, they're not. We should support each and every individual in any position of authority because that individual needs that support regardless of their gender. So that brings me to my question. Why is it that women are now pushing forward for mainstream and hardcore positions of authority within the APC party? Is it just because of the inclusiveness of women in politics, or it is about time for them to showcase their potential, their ability, and deliver what they think they can deliver? If I can win that question to answer, what do you feel is not involvement? Is it because of for be involved with the 30% quota? Because I don't believe in the quota system, because the quota system cannot be verified if we have more women with more capacity, with more potential, with more delivery evidence. What do you think about that?
I go for the latter, where you say maybe we don't rediscover we self say we get all waiting it take for take on waiting demanding they do, and we know say we they do and better if given the chance. So we not just step in because they give it the 30%. Like the previous speaker don't say 30% is an understatement, because you know still give it that freedom for say for fight in equal terms with counterparts then demand them. So women then these days we know say we don't see women pilots, women astronauts, you name it. We are the people who brought in men, and we are their first teachers. We can do everything to perfection. Like where Juma say, you get 2 girls picking there. I was born into a family of 6 girls with a daddy when an educated person. He always they tell we say girls are old age insurance. And always they tell we is, I know I'm gonna bring man we get money to me. I want to bring man where they able to put you school. He said because when the man they go with him money. He said but when he die, they go with your babe. and he did it. And today, when we don't big, we'll begin talk for supporter. They tell him incompetent in colleagues and education office say, insurance this one have been the pounds on me, say go marry other woman for born boy picking them. I'm not a farmer. I don't need them to plow the land. I need girls who will come and look after me for the old age and make themselves like the society and the support and a dream come true. Today I wish he was here for see how far in dream don't answer. So if they ask, say, if women then just want come because of the 30%, no. We actually understand and know say we can deliver. We do it in our jobs. We they do and we homes them. We proud for say we get picking in a society way matter. They don't just come from sky and fall down. It's because of the patience where the mama gets in the home. Like way Mohamed say, some families, now the exact way Mohamed say, if you see the Asian families now, the men go to work and the women are there to make sure the children get the education they need. Then they follow them. So women can do it. And we don't see women leaders them where they don't deliver. So Sierra Leone, not to an exempt. We see we women there. T-boy, you don't name the previous ones there. The recent ones that we see waiting the likes of our Pangura, they do. We get Sylvia Bliding. We get Boku matter. Although we get some the way you understand, but they are women, they stand out. They become the voice of the voiceless. We get this power for able to discover talent. And this Naditi we're able to do better. And we're able to understand, say, when we do that, we advocate skills them, then just correct. We go move mountains. And I don't begin to see, say, demand and they listen, because I they see outside they shout, say, it's about time then give we a woman president or a woman vice. So we don't find we place in a society. Before, we just become complacent with waiting until we say, you should be in the kitchen. Or when my friends come, please leave the living room and go to the bedroom. No, now I can sit with your guests because I able to engage in the communication. We get the skills them. So we are not just there because of 30%. 30% is something, but it's nothing because it inaugurates the equilibrium for make we able to work at par with compatriots them. So this na my own take by this subject.
No, Shanti Ice. Mohamed, I can come to you quickly because I know say you position where you divide for chairman for the London constituency. What think will be some of the roles and responsibilities if you emerge for become the winner in that position? What are some of the duties the way you be able to perform within the region where you contest for?
Thank you very much, T-Boy. First of all, I come at the leadership road as the leader of the constituency. Definitely, one of the greatest quality of a good leader, you get for make sure say you motivate your team. You get for be a team player, and then also you identify say a mistake happen. That's when the fault is yours, you accept it. So those are the fundamentals. But come to the nitty-gritty of things, political leadership. Now, if me be the next chairman of the London constituency, I will make sure say areas them or the caveats them will not be filled in, will fill them. Example, the youth wing. Now I will say the youth wing, by now, if we don't turn around, we see a lot of youth there behind me. Unfortunately, based on the fact that we on age, when we be there, we will consider ourselves as youth. You know, go recruit kids at this country, when they're born at this country, in my life, I'm going to sit down with your uncle. They will become timid. They not will perform effectively. But now that this new age limits don't come for youth then inside with politics, I think we don't create the space, the enabling environment, outside picking them will feel comfortable among their peers them, or perform their responsibilities them. So make will be a motivating factor, or let me bring on board more youth then for participate at the UK&I youth. That's now one thing where I go want. But also, I will focus on women empowerment. if there is any way after the elections, some women they will be left at one and say that active women then. There is always avenues to explore. We go kind of co-opt them with the provision then our own constitution and the bylaws, or co-opt them for let them come perform some responsibility where themselves will feel belong. So I go do exactly that when a woman empowerment. Then the other thing again, where I get for consider, I will make sure say the London constituency be accessible, but also politically friendly. This I will talk and deliberately say that some of the mistakes that we make. But when you consider after election, when we lost elections, yes, there are issues, challenges here and there. We'll not be able to actually reach out or make the branch very accessible to the general membership. Me go make sure say that happen. Me and my team, we will work as seriously to make sure that we listen to the cries of members them, and we also bring we structure, we executive closer to them, to let them feel belong, but also thereby you will able to raise useful funds where the party desperately need. Without membership, you don't go able to raise useful funds. But if you're able to bring more people in, they feel belong. Whatever you tax them, believe you me, they will able to have. And also, one thing where I be focused on, this to sin issue. This to sin issue, one no say we own party self they make mistake and they talk deliberately. Now therefore don't change that. Now therefore don't change that loading. We get all opportunity for do. So me and my team will be champions them. For make sure say we advocate on behalf of who comrades in the diaspora. For let them create that enabling environment where they will actively participate in politics na salon. Without disenfranchising them based on their diaspora links or they dual citizenship. That I will be the agent of that change thing. But also, I will make sure say the London constituency will work in concert with the districts to let me project the image further of the UK and Ireland branch, thereby making it more attractive. Bring the attention of we own comrades down there, waiting at the ends of power, but let them realize we are not only cash cows. When they need money, we they pay the highest subscription fee at the diaspora. You know, they compare waiting with the pay now to that of the Sierra Leone people. We counterpart in Sierra Leone. So I will make sure say we position with them or take on any position na salon, and if possible, we present a prescribed number of people there. Where therefore go they appoint for take leadership roles na salon. Not only when they need money, we come to we. So now some of the avenues here are the explore when we work together with the districts, executive, or let we advocate on behalf of the APC, UK and Ireland districts as a whole. If you can ask me, I think that some of the issues and they will not be in touch in the previous administrations. But now that we don't get that eye opener, we don't see the deficits, the areas that we need for improve, the challenges that we face. We don't become really, really attentive. And we don't become really, really focused that ready for participate into governance structure na salon. Believe you me, we will work together for make sure say we all counterparts where they don't be, then listen to we, then prepare for listen to we say we are not only cash cows, but let them listen to we, then we come to dialogue and accept the reality, say we are all one. Now one great membership person they get inside the APC. Regardless of the geography, we are capable. We get the international connection. We get the competence. We know the education. I don't see no reason why they would disenfranchise me. But most importantly and finally, let we own comrades and treat we as partners in development rather than competitors. We go lay all them principles there, or let them understand, thereby minimizing that friction we don't need and the perceptions they will get about us active participation in the APC party. I rest my case, sir.
Very much, Mohamed Conteh. I think say you don't cover a lot of ground, but I still ask you subsequent questions on that particular area there. But before I ask you that question there, I want to Auntie Ice begin think about your summary of what thing you feel say now the selling points of your message to the people and we they watch you right now and we get to continue for watch you after this live program. What will make you feel say now you're not the best person for this particular position? So start thinking about that, because when I come back from Mohamed, that will be the question that is going to go straight to you, and Mohamed also go give instead of your own selling points of what he make best for the position where he go for and why he wanted people and vote for him, and what he make people and for be there for look him and say, well, now the best man fits for this particular position. Well, Mohamed, pardon me, back to you one more time before Auntie Ice will prepare. You don't make mention of all the stuff the way you say. Definitely, if you take the position of becoming the chairperson for the London constituency, you're able to effect a lot of this amount of changes. Over the years, there's been a lot of issues within the structures of leadership within the APC, especially in the diaspora. And we don't see the tussle way that don't bring amongst membership within the diaspora. Is it more toxic currently as it is right now than it was 10 years ago, or than it was 5 years ago, or than it was 20 years down the line? And what make you feel say this time around is the most crucial element of what in political leadership means to every individual, especially the one doing the diaspora? Because one of the reasons we bring down this particular program now for make we scrutinize the aspirants and we get interest in politics within the diaspora within different political parties, and also we want to actively get involved in politics in Sierra Leone, because we don't get beaucoup bad name over the past couple of years. We've served in both governments within the past 20 years, and the aspirants have performed woefully bad in terms of the positions being given to them. So we want to stop that kind of system, that pattern they really don't happen for the past 20 years. Now I make this kind for all people them accountable now, and let we see exactly what's in the motive, what's in the brain coming into the party, way different from what's in already done they exist, and how they're going to be active and transparent politicians then if they able to get opportunity for gain offices in Freetown, which is the primary goal for every politician within the diaspora. But I ask you back again once more, what is the difference? Is this particular election within the UK diaspora region more toxic, and why is it so? Why is Adeget Antias for preparing himself for the question of her selling herself to the viewers watching her live and those who are going to be watching her later on that will cast their vote for her as the leader UK&I? So over to you, Mohamed, as you be prepared for your own segments.
T-Boy, that's a very, very important question. But I believe I don't touch on key as them earlier, where I will borrow or answer this question. By the way, you draw a very long premise or ask you questions. But thank you. I believe I captured them points in there. Why make me go consider the previous administrations then? You perceive them for be toxic compared to now. Now, reason being that natural anxiety based on that 18 and be allied, first of all, wherein we then only consider the diaspora as cash cows. And when you go to Freetown, the way that they look at we, instead of accepting us to be partners in development, they will consider us as competitors. These are some of the key factors there. So in turn, when you come, when people they return back, come at their own comfort zone at the diaspora, they get that resentment when they express. Why make in fact me they kill me? Now yeah, where the party structure, na salon not consider me as one of them. So their resentments and over the years, we did not able to manage them very well, compounded with the fact that we not get a well-defined structure where we monitor or superintend the activities of the diaspora. There comes the reason why make we apply or present a white paper or let the party consider we as a region. Because of them problems and their fictions, there will be the app, will be the cham self. But also, I want to highlight key points. We beget diaspora coordinators then over the years. But then diaspora coordinators, then some of their own key positions then back in a salon. How you go hold position as salon as a minister, then at the same time you are a diaspora coordinator. How you go able to present the activities of the diaspora? So that expects that that sonko here and there, and then simply they tolerate information them where they come on here, where we call Sena Congosa. Then they send Congosas them from here to yonder. And then don't know how to manage them Congosa then be. So that will create tension. Whereas now, we they see that semblance of relative peace. Reason being, as I tell you, they don't accept me as the 6th region. We they only pray that the diaspora 6th region will soon constitute. Once that happens, you will see say we will get representatives in Naya. For example, Port Lokobobo, I will let for see Port Lokobobo represents me in Freetown. That's a very important position, if possible, Nana. We get to diaspora, we own diaspora, chairman or president Saya. He represents we. So we don't get direct representation. So if you ask me the question before and now, I will tell you say yes before. Get a song for them, they allow them as a result of which I don't highlight. But now, why make we need? We desperately they cry for peace and tranquility inside our party. We need them. And why we need them? If our party is fragmented, believe you me, then Gaia, this ruthless administration, they go all out for take advantage of that how they call themselves, that unstable character of the party for letting rig elections in. So far, I will say parliamentary representatives, they don't try. Why they try? We see most of the cases that we them bring to parliament, they're set. And they put on a very tough fight. For let them make sure say some of them been sending not go through. We go actually for the disadvantage. But you see, up to the 10 points as I talk to you, so they close to elections, they manage to pass the BR system. They manage. Why do you think say they do that? Then feel say now other way they were able to exploit or rig the election. So we get to pay attention, we get to remain focused. And that will only be achieved when we come together. We'll see beaucoup teams them. We'll get the big 6, big 10, big 8, you name them. We get other people that will say them power pack, that they forget the leadership this time. If you not beat them, you're not going to be nobody else. That's not going to make you achieve the common good of the party. That's not going to make you cross the finish line. One thing going to make you cross the finish line now when we work in unity. Forget about the position where you fight for. Put the party first. But most importantly, you can put the country first because only the APC. Now, only the APC party able to develop the country. We see during the Anescoma regime, the developments were happen at an alarming rate. Nobody not go able to erase that history day. Nobody not go able to erase that development where Anescoma do now we country. So just imagine from Sheki in time up to Anescoma in time, the kind of development will happen all now under the regime of the APC. So if we not come together now, it will be very disastrous, unfortunately. But me believe say politics na power struggle. Politics na a contentious game. At the end of the day, if we all look at the bigger picture and work in unison, I believe say victory will be ours. T-Boy, I just come up with sound, by the way. I see what happen. I traverse the entire country. I see the cry when people then they cry for the APC for coming governance. I see that the elections, the people they don't win them already, but it's up to us. The honors day to we. We the people they want to say we the people we the APC party. For every school we heads them on and determine never before. But make sure say we pull them people there. Just for the cry of the people. Then we will be admirable characters then. Even if you don't get what you want, just swallow your ego and make sure you work in unison for the common good of the country. So if you ask me the question, I will rest in the case, T-Boy.
Very much, Mr. Conteh. I believe say you don't break them down to the extreme of waiting, possibly not the view of the expectation. But I will hold you accountable, not now, but maybe within the shortest period of time coming. Because the reason I make it say so, we are not going to allow business as usual. Everything that is happening right now within Sierra Leone is personal. It is beyond reality. And so we all don't take up that stance. They say enough is enough. and we therefore begin hold everybody accountable. So the idea of what you're saying is good. We've had that before, and they all sound so good. But guess what? We are going to follow up, and we follow up right now. Now, key stakeholders then from the diaspora. Now they will begin look at, now they will begin monitor, now they will put we don't track record them being for see exactly whether they live up to the expectation. Because for as much as we want for go take positions in Sierra Leone, when we get to Sierra Leone, the ball change. When we get position of authority in Freetown or any different political parties, is never going to be the same anymore. Then we begin to you say, Brian, I'll meet them dinner, so for left then go, which is totally not what we are accepting this time around, because we don't get plenty bad name as the aspirants, and we therefore begin to live up to expectations. We have the manpower, we have the education, we have the capacity, we have the experience, and then we have the open mindset, technological influences then we don't face within this part of the world, but we never implement them when we get to Freetown. We make excuses of blackout, we make excuses of lack of technology, we make excuses of lack of resources, but we have all the manpower resources, we have all the skills, we have all the creative networks that we can put together to make things happen. Why? Because we are from this part of the world. And now we backly lead most of the offices then really in structure for make things change, but things never get changed at all. We don't stand for that anymore. But if you're watching us, you're watching head to head on the Seraja media platform, and we talk to two key aspirants, and really go for two key positions. Then we one Mrs. Bintu Isatu Sesay, one for go for women's leader for UK&I, and then you just do a clear-cut manifestation of Mohamed Conteh. We don't tell you exactly what he stands for. If then select him for be, or then vote him in for be the chairperson for the London constituency. So, Auntie Ice, let's do your summary. And now you have the opportunity to sell yourself to the people who are watching you right now, and the one that you get for watching tomorrow. So give us the best of what you want to tell us, and the reason why to make you feel safe. Now you best fit for this position, and you want people already within the APC party in the UK for vote you for become the women's leader for UK&I. So over to you.
Thank you, T-Boy. Viewers, friends, comrades, I just want to tell una say, and I repeat for appeal with una for vote for me for this position for obvious reasons, because I believe in myself and I believe in waiting I able to bring the women's wing, and together with the executive, if we become successful, we hope for make this women's wing of the UK and envy to the rest of the diaspora. How, if you ask me? We go set up team from the talents they will they identify, because me as the leader, I go bring in the synergy, energy, we'll go identify them talents, then they inform them team. We are groups of professionals. We're not they stop there. We will bring in women them. We're not the professionals them. We can bring in women them, we youth them. So I ask an amount of votes for me, because I already done the work on bringing in first-time voters them. We need we begin them from Sierra Leone, born here, the way they drink we need the girl picking them. The way the former speaker don't say, this time I don't consider we depend say the office of the president of the Women's Congress and go do everything. We go try and assign, they work with them so that we separate people the way they work with, the way they represent me. And here in the UK, if you now vote me in, the next thing I go bring not go be lip service. Any of the actions there or my voice go be backed by actions. One thing way I do before I come into this role, I make an analysis of my previous women leaders them. And what did I discover? There are lapses and there are things they've done well. And if you allow me, I go best fit for fix the lapses today. I go use all my strength them and build on the weaknesses therefore make them strength. Use all the opportunity where they around me, when I wanna, and the technology where T-Boy don't use, and then the know-how of bringing people together. And then with the team, we go extend the island. We see no more than they say UK and Ireland. we have never reached the island. You know, so if my leadership as a woman come to play, as a very confident say go come to play because of una vote na inge for give me the desired outcome for able do what I get for do. So I dey ask una for vote for me. I go stretch my hands them na Scotland, na Wales, na Ireland, and bring about the woman them. And we picking the way na first time voters them. Then they into politics, then they into policy. We will get the education from them as well, and they say go understudy we. And then with the current team Nayaso, when we join with we counterparts then Wales, Ireland, we set up the groups them. We can meet people, women there from maybe Europe, America, so that jointly we make sure say the women wing in the diaspora set a mark where go down history. So una vote for me and I no go disappoint una. Like I say, I don't do lip service. Anything what puts me heart on, it come with desired actions then. So I thank you so much. Una voice them, now then they go give me the desired outcome. And not say there are very plenty and challenges them along the road. But to me, challenges are not problems. They are not mountains that I cannot climb alongside the executive we go emerge. Challenges them, to me, not just a stepping stone to the cause where I dey come for so today and ask una for give me una support. Challenges them, that's something where I go use my coping mechanism for press down. I not go allow them for press me. And so I dey work on this term press, way for me, now placing realistic solution effort them to sustainable solutions. So I dey ask una say, I go ask una say una give me support. My effort will not go in vain. It will be sustainable, and I go do it on a timely basis. So that una say if una vote then give me the desired outcome, there is a time limit where I go give una say una go see the first action. It will come live. Thank you so much for watching.
Auntie Ice, that's a remarkable statement from you. You highlight one thing I'm possibly hearing it for the first time today, ever, from any diaspora politician. I'm not beating you up, but it's just a fact. And the fact of that statement is you mentioned that the UK and the national and UK and Ireland is not just UK. There is also the island. And the island has never been mentioned by any APCN politician in any way whatsoever. Since I've been speaking to APCN for the decades that I've been in this country, you are the first person that I've made mention that the island needs to be revisited and needs to be inclusive and needs to be part of what the UK and Ireland stand for. Kudos to that. But we always give credit where credit due, especially when you are on our platform. If you say something, we will know one day it's we talk about. See, this is not and this is new. Not to say we praise you, not to say we like you, not to say because we support you or because we not happy you, but it's just a fact. And the fact of the matter is, personally, and I think say you commonly said, when men will testify to that, say one day, we don't want to hear anything like that again from any politician. We don't talk to we at this platform off and on records about the fact, say the diaspora, UK&I, Ireland has always been neglected. You talk about the Midlands, the Reading, the Coventry, the Manchester, the Liverpool. Even Scotland has recognition. Even Wales has some amount of recognition. Even Liverpool. But it didn't say UK and Liverpool. It didn't say UK and Manchester. It didn't say UK and Portsmouth. It says UK and Ireland. And I don't think any of your fellow APCians possibly might give me 5 names of people who are representative from the Ireland. But anyway, let me go and stop myself. Check him out. That's a business. Let me talk about that thing. But that is just the submission of Madam Isatu. We don't tell you exactly what's in that intention, what he want to do, and what he go do, how he go amalgamate all the other different chapters then within the UK and Ireland, and also form a cabal of women that will change the trajectory of voting women politics in the APC has been for the past couple of years, and bring come a new wave of women in politics, especially for the APC and UK&I, and how he wants to change them with the not only if you not vote for him, only if you not believe in him, and only if you not have that trust in her to effect that change. But anyway, we'll come back to it later on. Mark on to Mr. Mohamed Conteh, and I say your position is also for the chairperson for London constituency. Now I want to let you talk to the people of the diaspora who are watching you tonight and who are going to watch you possibly after tonight's program. Tell them what team you stand for, what you go do, what you go do differently, and how you are for make them believe in you, for make them give them vote, for make you become the chairperson for the London constituency. If they believe in you, make them give you their own vote. So over to you, and send yourself to the viewers watching right now.
Thank you very much, T-Boy. Comrades all, this evening, I present myself to you. I want for Lona think. I want Lona begin judge me from the words them way I call me most today. I want for Lona think and get a rethink about who that them will give a position of trust. I don't want that you vote for me on Saturday because you sabi me. I want that you vote for me because I get the institutional knowledge. I attend Ahmadiyya Muslim Secondary School. I go to Jala University. I study general agriculture. I work as an extension officer. I work with farmers, families in a salon. From hindsight, I know the issues, the in-depth issues, the way they affect with farming communities in a salon. I come with that institutional knowledge. Naya. I serve my party diligently. Na salon. Akanaya. Before Akaya. I serve the UK and Ireland in the capacity of a youth secretary general. From there, I go back as a deputy youth leader. I come to this country on scholarship. I finish my studies. Yes, I get a degree in LLB, the LLB law. I get other diplomas there in biological sciences, and then I get a diploma in IT. So with all this knowledge what I get, and this qualification what I get, and with my previous working experience where I work for DFID, the Ministry of Agriculture as the youngest civil servant in the country, I work in a UK&I for the British Trust for Conservation Volunteers and the London Wildlife Trust. With this wealth of knowledge, I believe say our best place for serve the London when a newborn baby. It requires somebody with the determination to succeed. It requires somebody who gets knowledge about the party. It requires somebody who go unify with districts. We go unify with constituency. Somebody when a good listener. Not so somebody when go can fragment the gains they will not make already. So today, I want you to think about all of this. Not vote me because you sabi me. But vote me based on competence, determination to succeed, the enthusiasm, and somebody will get the energy for let him make sure say it take London to the next level. I'm not perfect. Yes, I'm not perfect. And me not to a saint at all. Challenges then they will get to accept that reality today. But because me not a team player, if we work in unison, we will achieve the common good for this newborn baby. The membership drive we are determined to embark on. When you get more members, it means more resources. Because members they go register and pay contribution, pay subscription, where the party dearly need. I will also work in concert with the districts for let we make sure that we access far-reaching areas that will not be done explore before, for establish more chapters or more constituencies then, thereby bringing on board most of the chapters that we feel disenfranchised up to date when they're not able to register them yet, or let them officially recognize them as a chapter. I will be part of that fight today. I will also be part of the fight for the Tutsim issue. Now, a burning issue will make people then dissociate themselves within the political circles of the APC. Now, we own responsibility for put a strong case. So then, we'll get SLPP members of parliament and ministers the way not to sing. But then your party not consider that. The blame day to be, the honors day to be. But let we work and make sure say we pull that issue day out. Or let we create an enabling environment. Or let we young comrades in the diaspora embark on the political activities in our salon. This could be my message for me. If you vote me in, I'm not going to be that selfish individual. I'm going to listen to what I cry say. And collectively, I might not be the best person, but if I get listening ears and surrounded by like-minded individuals, it will make me a better leader. With this, and the big this name, when I look to all which I don't highlight so, and think, if you think say somebody get that unique relationship with the party, that knowledge with the party, pass me, go support them. But if you believe, say, me, a best place, based on the institutional knowledge with the party, and that of the government who I don't serve as the youngest civil servants, where I receive award from Soroptimist International, please vote me in. That's my time to go sing a service delivery. And we all will be admirable characters tomorrow. Bye-bye. I tell you plenty. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that submission. I think so we don't get you message very loud and clear. A man with experience, a man with knowledge, a man who don't serve within various different capacity. Kudos, you are my Abaza brother. Zintaba all the way. Mina Zintaba man. Again, we'll talk about Mina Zintaba man. Would I have made that?
Abaza.
We say the Abaza. We say the Zintaba. The slogans of Ramadia. That's your triumph. Sure. Definitely. Thank you very much for that submission. I think the view of the don't get you loud and clear. And I want to highlight one thing where you say we have to say go resonate in everybody in mind. Now the fact say you don't rise the ranks from where you are to where you are right now. You don't serve diligently within the party structures from Freetown. Now if you see nobody see people in the glad say me, they will not beat me. They will not arrest me. They will not.
It's a badge of honor. They're in the struggle. If you say that crazy party, because that's in the struggle.
They will not beat you. They will not beat you before the party. We'll go catch that. But anyway, let's just round up with what Mohamed say. And definitely, what you said has gone down well. Everybody don't hear your own kind of storyline, what you don't do, and what you intend to do. We'll be done hearing the earlier on, but on your final submission about you selling points to the people of Sierra Leone or people of the diaspora watching it tonight, you don't make them very clear why you feel say now you're not the person best fit for become the chairman for the London constituency when the new baby born within the constituency is being put together all over the world, especially the one that we come up from Sierra Leone. We feel say London also for become a chapter so that it will be a meaningful one for make everybody benefit within the diaspora. Thank you very much for that submission. I go straight to Juma and make her see what Juma gets for say to all two right now at the platform and see if he gets further questions for Askuna. But before I do that, Juma, Sue don't tell me say nobody don't talk about the Asia chapter. So true. I believe say yes, the Asia chapter said they exist. Definitely we know hear about them. But I want to know Sue. If you're a member of the Asia chapter, please make you know. Would bring you come? Let's talk about this. Instead of that Chinese language, then. Sure.
Yeah, I know say China gets a APC what you call them?
A very strong one too.
We just don't know the impact of the what you call them, the COVID. you know, and they impact them a lot. So we don't know how, you know, but they're active. They have an active branch. Indonesia gets as well. That I'll confirm with you, you know. So I know about those two. I know Turkey does have, you know, a stronger one as well. So even Greece, you know, they get a
you know why all this is very important? Because we talk about the diaspora and all those regions are part of the diaspora. So we should always try and get them.
So let me tell you something. The US, what you call them? The US gets interesting. Then get a chapter when one person a member.
No, which chapter? I mean,
Alaska. And you know why that is important? Well, now one grade. You understand? What to make that important? In 2019, the US then do a diaspora summit when I be the biggest at the time where everybody been traumatized. So now they didn't bring thousands of people and come all over for Cancun. That guy traveled from Alaska and come alone. And Alaska is part of, but you go say now it ain't near Russia.
Yeah, almost by the Iceland.
For the fact that it's taking time, pay money, do everything, and come for carry represent shows the passion. Now that make a highlighter. It may sound funny, but it's very important because not many Sierra Leoneans are out there. Even if you have Sierra Leoneans, you have more Guineans and Nigerians, you know, from Africa, we can go locally. But the place cold 99.9% of the time. So it's not a place that, you know, is attractive to go to. But so
please just give me 30 seconds just for come back to something where Tony Beck's highlighting at the platform say if we vet we platform people and really can represent from different political parties or different
again for answer that in the submission.
No, I just want to let Tony understand say we vet when necessary. But in terms of aspirants coming out to tell us what they want to become, it is their duty to tell us what they want to tell us, and then it is their duty to deliver what they want to deliver to the public, and then the public have to hold them accountable of their words. So whether or not you agree, disagree, you can do your own research, and we will come back and hold that individual responsible if they don't perform according to what they've said that they are going to do when they were on our platform. So basically, we don't vet, we vet. It depends on what sort of structured program that we are having, because we need to do background check, background research on certain different areas, but not for this one. You are coming to sell yourself to the community. You tell the people what you are, what you can do, and what you're capable of doing. Just for answer your question, but over to you, Juma. Make not take all the time.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you to Madam Isatu and Mr. Mohamed, and we wish you good luck in our aspirations. We pray that you succeed.
Well, Madam Isatu, you see, I open here, not to name Isatu. Not to name Isatu, the name Madam Isatu Bintu Sesay.
Isatu, anyone now. So
that's what you say. If I can't call you Fatima, I'll call you Fatimata. You will understand the difference.
All right. So thank you for the correction, T-boy, Madam Isatu.
Nobody knows when you call her Fatima right now.
All right, Madam Isatu, we glad for we will come. And you know, like I opened earlier when I say it's good for see people that they come out and take up challenges. Because there's always been that talk say una de optic, una de alatif. But we've seen people step in at the ring. So we commend una for that. And the only thing, couple of things that we may expect where I go ask una for, and every other comrade, is this issue of reconciliation, this issue of post-elections. You know, how na get for deal with the conflict, then the other thing, how na get for manage them is very important, especially if una they come in as leaders. If una win, una come in, that should be your topmost priority, because a house divided is what? You go for them, no, so you know, go grow. And if you want to win an elections, you need everyone, both for finances, for campaign, all man getting on strings the way they pull. So me go one for employer and say that should be your topmost task. But Mohamed, I don't hear about you, all the things that we do, and me I talk about with Tiasabi. But you impressed me with the interview that you have institutional knowledge. You've shown that you've done things. which is good. And we see the chat group, nobody not can and condemn you. So now some of the yardsticks then that we use for measure, you know. So wish you all the best. To Madam Isatu, of course, Asabiam. I don't work with her. And I don't know, Naki watch British Got Talent. What thing I can do they? Then they vote, right?
Yeah.
But what thing I can do if they know one
then they give somebody gold star where you over
golden buzzer, right?
Yeah, golden buzzer.
So me, not what they do easily, but I personally, not Seraja Media, but I personally will endorse Madam Isatu for in position where they come, where they go for.
Juma,
hold on, steady, breathe, boy, breathe.
Well,
the reason make the endorse him because I don't work with him, I don't work alongside him, I don't see what she's capable of doing for community, for Sierra Leone. I don't see somebody where, you know, because when things happen, not to waiting person they tell you, I wait I see. I've seen her in the UK operating last minute. How then they end up mobilized, I don't understand. It's like na magic. So imagine Bombali invite you to an event where you go, you see one person, where you see they appear, where they reach, before you remember, pa. Or they don't make them phone calls, the old man don't come. It's about network. You need that. That's one. Two, I've seen her turn in a place where not look like nothing to a £5,000 hall. In like her name, Ian Josephine. Ian Josephine, I partner in crime that one day. Then they turn a place around within 30 minutes. And they know how to give honor to people. They're very respectful. They can do things. They can raise funds. All within the party need. And then get patience and then tolerance level high. I know one day see them grumble. I've always seen events now in one of the last people where they come out now the event hall. They make sure say everything is in place. So I can attest to that. And their money that they raise, not for their pocket, but to do things in Sierra Leone consistently, over and over. We're going to make, I'll tell you, say, when I they work with the third sector, when they talk about community organization, they always use Bombali as a best practice organization within SODOC. There's another thing they did where a lot of people don't know. They took their time. See, but we can talk about who mama them and old people who can go bring can. Now, for can do their with it. For can punish them. Right. Turn them to nani, punish them. Them, Madam Isatu also see so, and in group, they were able to help to mobilize those old people and organize activities for them. Take them to a museum, the way they make, then go listen to board them. Now, Dulwich Museum, is that Dulwich or?
Honorman, yeah.
Yeah.
Honorman Museum, yeah.
Yeah, Honorman Museum. Then they can't go to Babida, then they go listen to board them. The Babida, then remember, they begin sing, they apply and sing them. Then they alone, they add now their life. So for being creative alone, for do that, not so for just can't bring them. So it's not so that your mama them more. It's now people in the community. How many Sierra Leoneans know say there are people doing those things to make those people to make those old people happy and bring them, make sure say them be part of the community. So I mean that it's some of the things then that is. So I'll endorse her. If you talk about somebody where they put words to action, she's one. And a party like the APC need her. She's an asset. She's a good resource for them. They will benefit a lot from her leadership and her guidance. So I'll officially, without hesitation, endorse her for chairman, London branch. So now that's all I'm for say as my closing for today.
Much Jumaba, this is very unusual of you, and I believe say that's partial of you as well, and I believe say that's you as well. And I believe, say, that's not you on a very normal circumstances, but I think Madam Isatu deserve all the praises and accolades we don't give this particular evening, not because of you worked with her in the past, it's only because you believe in her integrity and in her ability to deliver in situations that you possibly might have found possibly impossible. And for you able to say that publicly, I think Madam Isatu.
And I'll tell you one secret. One secret, and because I get power, and I make that happen. You know, say I get 2 left foot, right, T-boy?
Juma, you just so you said you talk too
so left. I just tell you quick. I get 2 left foot.
You know, well, no more together. No, just.
When I say me endorse am, now endorse I don't say. When you say endorse, what you expect? Not to an oppose.
Well, go with the 2 left foot. Go with the 2 left foot.
I get what you know say I get 2 left foot. Now the only possible don't ever succeed now this life for go pull me and cut him up for that. So I get the picture. It disgusts me. For able for pull me, Alexa, if you pay me, you do all kind of things. But just want to show you the kind of convincing power. And honestly, T-boy, I will not lie to you. Madam Isatu and Josephine, these are the people where you don't work with, where you they think about. If they ask you, they're waking up sleep, say, I need community resource people in the UK. Juma, you can recommend anybody. These are the people that first run into my mind. I swear to me, God, to me prayers. And that's I'll tell you for fact.
Okay, I agree. But I also agree. Because whatever you say right now is an endorsement. And for like somebody of your caliber endorse anybody, not necessarily mean to say that because of you know them, not because of your experience we don't get with them, especially in a professional level. And I take it from you and I believe you strongly. And I also know can do double endorsement because you said me as I am personally, but I'm not going to mention any kind of personal issue where I don't know say she is capable of, because look, you know, look like was it and yes, I don't people
they don't come by way.
You don't come by me. Nothing to do with that. It's just the fact of the matter. But I'm sitting down here this evening very, very much impressed with Mohamed. I'm not just impressed with the fact that what he don't say to me, but it's very hard for like you see young people within politics that possibly haven't financially benefited from politics and also pouring their own resources into it. We be not used for the see people and into politics, one for can make money and go, one for can get quick gently and go. But this time around it's different. I've seen many young people actively involved. And to be very honest with you, I go say this categorically. The APC UK&I then gets one specific wing where no matter how you cause APC people and say you slam them, say you do all kind of things to them, say that thing where they call support network for APCian, they have it. Then they tell you that they for clean. Because you know they say so, I don't witness past 20 activities that we don't take part in, whether married or born pikino, dio, patio, any nature of anything we get for do with human nature within the UK, the APC UK&I, they represent fully, not just fully representation, financially, physically, emotionally. If they have to stay in your house, if you have any problem, they will stay in your house for weeks. They will actually bombard you one old host and take you out of your house and take you out of your comfort zone and make sure say nothing not the way the church and do. That's now one thing we I like about the party structures in the diaspora. I don't know what happens in Freetown, but in the diaspora particularly. But anyway, long and short story about this all, these are people who wants to deliver and they want to deliver for their people. And we're going to be holding them accountable at some points when they don't or they fail to deliver or they fall short. But it doesn't mean that people should not wish or say what they intend to do, because politics, we all know, is a game that might change overnight with just the switch of a light. So basically, whatever you might have planned might go wrong, but don't hesitate to revisit and evaluate everything that you've done, and have an open book policy wherein you are open to scrutiny, you're open to questioning, and you don't lead by the gun, meaning not just you and you only. No amount of consultation, no amount of dialogue, and no amount of bringing things together for making it go be working for everybody else involved. But anyway, that is all long story. Now look, we come to our back and look on say on our last few words to reverse them before we call I won't say that call me Creole brother, but me Creole brother and coming and know the woke this net. It gets blackouts because power don't switch in light off. Then say it a blog without lights. So basically we gets blackouts today for Mr. Femi Pama. Not so just so they get blackouts for Mr. Femi Pama tonight, we get blackouts for Mr. Femi Pama because you're not paying bill. Femi not give for paying lights bill. Now you make them cut them off. But anyway, not saying that Femi is not going to be able to join us tonight because he's tightly screwed up within the workload we gets behind the scene, and he's not going to be able to come on camera and say anything. But anyway, Femi can surprise me. If I see camera come out, definitely I will go and come back out and ask him a few questions. We go on for Gitu Una, especially for the position they want to divide for this particular election really come. So if you're watching head to head, this is not head to head from Seraja Media in the UK. We can bring Cantona every Friday because they use this Wednesday today because there are a few changes happening. We might have another program on Friday, but before we go down that way, let me ask Madam Isatu, give you final statement for today and say something we go on for make you last word for today's program. So over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. T-Boy. To me comrades them, to me friends them, tonight I come for ask una again for vote for me. And I want for enlighten una, say, this time round, the voting system is different from the voting we will be done sabi here in London. Why did I say so? Today, then they come, when they go inside room, then come out, then give we winner. Or then go put ballot box, then do them. But when I all sit down there, then talk about constituency and districts. This does raise a lot of eyebrows. Why? People not understand. I know a lot of una believe in me. We don't serve together. We don't work. We don't dine together. But una not go able vote for me. Now I go present to una. Me believers them. Me district, me constituency people them. Because the constituency people them, now they get for vote we na the districts. Because this time around, we get something where they call direct and indirect voting. I can able vote for myself or vote for the people there in the constituency. But you, the comrades, the well-wishers, the family, friends, una not they able vote for we waiting at the constituency because waiting do. Now only the people the way they can emerge as successful people then now this Saturday election waiting at the chapter. Now the constituency. When they win, that executive then go vote with. So tonight, I dey stretch my hands now Reading chapter. I dey stretch my hands now Bristol chapter alongside Manchester and the Midlands for say the desired outcome where they look for now through a direct vote and all the candidates them where they contest here in London on Saturday because now then the people that we get for can vote for winner the chapter. So this is a thing where it be say we might be advantageous or disadvantaged because somebody they will know you directly, we know what you're capable of doing, we don't discover your talent. He want for go and put you in the strategic position where if you say go able to deliver, but because of their limitation, yeah, so we are not go able. So now that education they are get. If anybody gets doubts, do you not hesitate for call me. For una we get me number, una PV me. For the one that will not get me number, Now 07521 686 521. I'll repeat 07521 686 5370. I will continue for tell una how the voting system they go, and I will give una the list of all the contestants them. Now this London here, so where they go, where una they go vote for. If I get 100 votes them, I they give una say una support me colleagues them where they na the constituency, because these people now they get for give me the desired results where we both they look for. So thank you so much again. I look forward for an amicable working relationship. So anybody where they emerge alongside una, we don't work fervently or without, because in life or as a leader or somebody where they into management, you don't choose who you work with. Even when you delegate, you get for ensure say the delegation way they do, you do it with somebody where able. Because if you not do them, you give that person that you set them for fail. And if you not check them out, you don't set yourself for fail. So without much ado, I they bring una this indirect and direct voting, and I go continue for talk to una. And my family and friends, una all inclusive of all waiting they say, I they thank una because we don't come a long way. This thing will be for don't forget her, but because of what's happening in Freetown, the corona, and a lot of other things, but now we see the end to it. So I can always say, together we can move mountains. There is nothing that is impossible. So thank you so much this evening. I bow in reverence to una all.
You are the first politician. Why don't you give number publicly? We will bombard you with phone call. How are you? They can't. They're not being called service now with the phone logging service. They don't be sending messages. You don't do that to me. But anyway, you don't do it. Fine, no problem. We'll take account of that. But thank you very much for that submission. We'll definitely wish you all the best and hope say people listen to what you say and then we'll give you the votes as you so deserve. Need the votes from them this particular point in time, and make sure say you live up to their expectations and deliver for them because they believe in you. So over to you, Mohamed. What think will be your final message to the viewers and right now they watch you for tonight's program? Mohamed, you're muted. Let me unmute you. Okay.
Yeah.
Over to you again.
Once again, comrades all, I don't get much for say again, but I go join my sister for actually continue for educational as to how this new system of voting, how we go able to enhance the chances for win. For constitute the district, it requires delegates from the chapters or the constituencies. So London being a constituency, now they voting, they start now the diaspora. This coming Saturday, now in our own elections. Now in our own elections, so therefore, at the big one, we support ourselves, well wishers, family members, them. Wanna go as early as possible at the polls. For go cast your vote. Cast your vote for the person who you feel say best represents you. In turn, now we, the delegates them or the executive, we don't constitute like the constituency. Now we only get the legitimacy for votes for the district executive. So you get to be very careful how you cast your votes. If not to that, if you begin get wrong from the constituency, they get wrong side. And when I want to remind you that at the constituency level, now the general membership of London, the general membership of London, now they get for votes. Whereas the district executive, now only the executive members they want to elect by the guys. So dear, we want to promote in the numbers. Me, Mohamed Conteh, I don't tell you the message already. Not vote for me because you sabi me. Vote for me based on competence and service delivery. Now that's our level for me. Do you a big? When I come out on a number, when I can't vote for me. But when they vote for me, remember, see when I get other people they want to vote for. And then other people they all have your interest. In turn, now we get for vote for the districts. So with that, I don't bother una too much. We are Saturday morning. Una come out in una number or una go vote for this. Goodbye. I tell una thank you.
And thank you very much for your submission. We wish you all the best in your endeavor. And definitely, message will go very good, well down to the people we don't talk to tonight. And then go see I'm very necessary for vote you in for the position you want for be when the chairperson for the London constituency. So good luck to that. And we wish you all the best. I mean, they tell us, say, me humanity hide. Definitely, in lights don't come. So over to you, brother Femi. What you gonna be?
I just want to say thank you now. I just want to thank you now. I don't say thank you.
Oh, you want to thank me? No, ever thank me. No, don't thank you though. Don't wish you good luck. You know, now we will wish you good luck. But anyway, go ahead and tell me thank you. We'll let that. Tell me thank you.
Yes. On behalf of the UK and Ireland districts, I want to say a big thank you to our team. I believe say you guys are professional, you guys are honest and sincere, and you guys are ever determined to see we can't go before. Because some of the efforts they do, it's an unpaid one. Nobody know the pay una. We're not able to pay una. The sacrifices. When I deal with our family, look at the time. When I sit down with we, but let we message them both far and wide. So we're not going to pay una. Rather, we'll just say thank you. And this cohesive bond may not continue to exist within we. We pray that God will cement her for a very, very, very long time. Tomorrow, the count and say, we can't all be accountable for waiting the common with both next soon. So therefore, I will just say thank you and tell you 2020 thank you.
If I will you reinforce the cohesion rule they form so now for all are responsible. No bad, what do make party? We don't have party right now. We are enemy in this state. So that for good that well let the right end up for being we come back and all be accountable if we go against anything with the say. So now over to you, Femi. Mr. Palmer is in the house. Mr. Palmer is in the house. I tell my the man I claim I want me say like a blackout. He pay him bill. Not so powerful government today.
See, but you know there. I mean, you can afford today.
So you say, you come back and you back there, they bluff for you back. Come on, man, don't bluff for me, man. Over to you, Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer, what do they hear you?
See, boy, they hear me?
Loud and clear. Now we can hear the voice of the man himself. Mr. Smooth, over to you.
So, so I'd just like to say thank you to we guess them really. I think they've done us they've done us proud. So over to you, T-boy. I'm not be really ready for you. You take me unawares. But I will get you next time, no worry.
We on ask we do program, we're not get Femi in face now the picture. Not even for 30 seconds, I know say you go do that for sure, because this now head to head will we bring come to you now on the Seraja media platform. Mr. Adumaba, you want to say something for your last word for today's program? We don't for caller you're muted.
Yeah, hello, you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
All right, thank you so much once more to we viewers them, listeners them, and all you want to on the comments that the platform we hit them, comment them. Today we say last year APC what you don't do now, they don't always accountable now. Then they scrutinize with them, they ask quick questions whether now no more they bring now this platform why we know they do background check. So if una go yonder, una succeed there, una fail we now we the knock pan pa una. Why say knock pan? We didn't tell what thank you Sabu now. They buy 2 bags stone with the stone all nets. Now the first thing say police scam. They will tell you now public protest. How like you say boy public mistake?
Public collection.
Public flogging.
Public scrutiny.
Scrutiny, okay, cool. So public mistake for public scrutiny. So now that we go do to now. But we appreciate you now. We wish you now all the best, and we hope that una go get a peaceful elections, and una go work right now for get a reconciliation strategy for make sure say APC stay united. Because if you say you are red and ready, you need the numbers to get to State House. Thank you.
Very much, Dr. Jumaba, for that submission, and I want to say thank you to we two panelists that will get today for this particular interview with Madam Bintu, Isatu Sesay, and also Mr. Mohamed Conteh. We don't represent the political parties. We are the APC, UK&I, then they vouch for two key positions: women's leader and then chairman for the London constituency. Thank you guys very much for joining us tonight, even though we don't keep on up for too long, but that's part of the game and that's part of the process, and we believe say we'll be able to get Una back again maybe after the election. If so be it, then fine. If not, again, we will follow Una up, and then we follow Una trend and go back to history and check what Una be done say to we and whether Una they execute them according to what Una be done say. We know they say everything is going to be 110%, but at least do it to the best of your ability and deliver and get an open book policy where somebody will be for only accountable for some of your good and some of your bad deeds, so that we go for land, or make we able for be responsible and left the proper footstep for the people who they come after it. That is the trend for the new politics in Sierra Leone, and that's the trend we're going to follow. Many people will not like it, but that's the way it is right now. So I want to say thank you to viewers them now, Facebook and YouTube. YouTube has been very engaging, and Facebook, of course. Jima don't highlight the questions, then we don't begin to that we. But also hold we responsible if we act negligently. But I think say we are not, because we've always been in the position of vetting anybody with a kind of platform. Regardless whether we haven't done any kind of official vetting, but we still do, because we vet by recommendation, we vet by knowing who you are, we vet by having the first form of interaction with you before you actually sit on the platform to have a discussion. That is what we do all the time. And yes, you can hold us responsible if we fail to deliver as part of what we self get on the mantra for say to ask for talk, but I know what they bring peace. So no continue for say the two they what they say. No continue for look at things then differently. No continue for address issues then where they affect we as Sierra Leoneans, the way they live in the diaspora. Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora don't get boku bad name na salon. They don't tell you say we the thief, they don't tell you say we crooked, they don't tell you say we idle, they don't tell you we need to work, we depend on dirty box business. But still, the contribution to Sierra Leone is one of the greatest for the nation, for develop economically. We investment they come out from the diaspora. It don't help for change the face of Salone over the past 20 or 30 years. Diaspora has played a very key role, either politically, economically, physically, emotionally, or mentally in the state of affairs in Sierra Leone. So look, we not look down on ourselves, and look, we not look down on the position. Look, we look as we aid them up high and believe say we have the capacity. We're not better past the people of the future, but we have the experience. We have some level-headed mantra for making move things forward. Like we live up to their expectation and they make we not go for long water, Walton fish. We continue for do business as usual. That is the reason why we put together head-to-head for making all people them accountable for this particular election year where we face soon as Salone looking for happen June 24. We can't sit back and allow business as usual for both sides of the political party platform they will get. We've already seen what is happening within Sierra Leone, the amount of level of changes in the political dispensation of what we always possibly know is now becoming a reality, but that is not why we are here for today. We're going to be coming up with a couple of programs specifically geared to some of them issues that they develop right now. But as Seraja Media, we allow things to happen. We do our own ground finding, investigation. We have enough information we'll be able to sit down and talk about the issues that will happen hopefully next week. But I think on Friday, we might likely have another program we get for deal with possibly the last waves of interviews of the APC elections, the inter-party elections with the guests at the diaspora. We yet to host people from other parts of the diaspora, but we're still open. We have a small window now for those who possibly think they want to be part of this particular interview line we don't put together. APC is benefiting for the very first time because now the election and the pipeline and head-to-head 2023 is being specifically set up for political discussion. So when I join we, hopefully on Friday, and we might possibly have another surprise program where we're even aware of. But if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you follow me on Facebook, you will get the instant notification when they come to your line. So thank you very much once more. aspirants for the positions they want to go for. And we wish you all the best. And thank you very much also for the people who watch me now YouTube and Facebook. Until next week, this will come up from me, T-Boy of the Seraja Media Studio in London. Good night.
You want to tell them good night, stay, not talk to me. You know, try.
So, you don't come online.
I don't come online, only wait for you.
No,
me no get that.
No good night, no good night, no
good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us, and we thank we panelists in today.
You know the ground. Permit me for make her introduce me for the first time and make you say hello and goodbye. Over to you, Femi Farm.
All right, so Tibo Kitchen away earlier on. I've been there in the middle of some job. So I'd like to just thank all our viewers. Then we can join with today. As always, without you guys, we would not be here. And I want to tell Madam Isatu, thank you for all which you do and for taking your time out for can share your vision with we crowd, with family, with community, and we three now. So I don't listen attentively, and from me to party them. We the accolades that we the no place for you. I really and truly they look forward to if you win, which you could bring to the diaspora. I mean, I guess it to the APC, but you know, waiting you were able for to bring to them with your history and knowledge, you all the things that we do already in the community. So thank you, Mr. Mohamed. I know plenty about you as well. And it was an honor to listen to you guys. We wish you not luck because with everything, especially in election, you know today, you don't know tomorrow, you don't know how some man then get for votes. Because we then go inside the lily room, then go cast them votes, they might promise you the world and then go vote for somebody else. So we wish you not the luck. But we, as T-Boy and Juma say, if you guys get there, we ask for you to lobby to the hierarchy of the party for make them member we, not the diaspora. Make them member we. Mr. Mohamed, you talk about the two same thing. I think so that they're very, very key and important for we with the diaspora. We send so much money back home. We help the government of Sierra Leone to able for do certain work them because they know see the half thing that we they know they do. We not the diaspora they take care for them. As in we are the health providers for Sierra Leone. Because when you mama, papa, auntie, uncle, paddy, or paddy of paddy, or paddy of auntie, or auntie of paddy sick, now we first send the call. So now we they provide them small money there. So we actually they help the government because the government no need for do that. Well, they need for do but they know they do and we the supplements and this. So I think see them for pay we in kind, but at least giving us the ability to vote from where we are or for at least if we go stand for position, not take away the hard fought residency we don't get or passports we don't get now other countries get them. Because if they say if I want to take that position I get for if I get for two me other passports, some people will feel very, very strong and they not go do dandy. And sometimes the people that we go for go salon, if them put them terms and conditions in front of them, they're not going to go. So we ask una for lobby for us una go able if or when una gets to the position they want at their spot. So once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for choosing the platform for can tell the people who message or una message. We are grateful. Thank you. T-Boy.
Mama, thank you very much. I need to apologize to you because we come first way as seen at the 15th script. I mean, if you say you just want to can say hello and bye. But anyway, my apologies. But that's what we are. Sierra Leone Media, only left nothing on tone. If other man take me on a way and tell me, say, but man, if you cannot the program, you not call me, I lie, you lie, put me back on the air. But thank you guys for watching and thank you for your patience. And we'll definitely get to see you guys again on Friday with another edition of Head to Head 2023. So until Friday, goodbye.
Thank you.
Salon people and then paddy them. Seraja Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Beberebe program then like salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour and the Gladi program, look me, I look you. All this they start soon na www.serajamedia.org. Now who's tem these?
Famous. No, yeah, yeah. See, where are the sing so good? Now me know how to feel. Where are the sing so? Now me know how to feel. Ain't God, you just see them the millet. Why she comping just a better? You see them no more the millet. Why so the man to return for? How you gonna live this life just for the fella another person down? How you gonna live this life just for the fella you brought them in down? Ain't God, yeah, lily, lily, yeah, yeah, lily, lily. See, oh God, this thinking make I wonder why me no for carry gold. Hey God, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get yo. Hey, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get Sesay. And God, this thinking make I wonder why me when you know say someone them get seven, them get sour right around them ways. Oh God, someone them get smelly, them get to where you know go know famous. I don't know who's I have forgot. Now this wall we're full of wickedness. I don't look left and I don't look right, but grandma can tell me say some problem can there. And I fall look under your foot, look under your foot. Look under your foot, mama, look under your foot. Nafa, look under your foot. Look under your foot, yeah. Look under your foot, mama, look under your foot. Ah. Oh God, this thinking make I wonder why me no for carry gold. Hey God, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get yo. Hey, this thinking make I wonder why me no go get Sesay. And God, this thinking make I wonder why me when you know say someone them gets similar, them gets to do right here on their ways. Oh God, someone them gets tight, them gets seven, where you know go know. Hey, famous.
You don't be go. So see if you go allow me for take Mary to me for go keep me company.
Adama is finally back from the village. She came back with a child. My teacher may soon find out you're not my brother. Stop coming to the school.
You could have presented the girl with the school and you come here and tell me she was a girlfriend, but you do not speak to her.
If she's not a witch, I wonder what she is.
According to the test results, your daughter is 6 months pregnant.
Where's the baby?
There is no baby. How can you be so heartless to yourself? Show the man who is responsible so that you can be free.
Who is her husband?
I'm not pregnant.
Is it a pride to be a teacher?
Oh yes, more than a pride, it is a passion to be a teacher. All that we need is better treatment. It is with love we build a nation. All that we need is better treatment. Ooh. A teacher is a nation builder who spends sleepless nights preparing his lesson. Transformation of education begins with the teacher. He does everything to meet up with changing times. They build doctors, pilots, engineers, and all great people. Oh no, with meager salary. We plead on the parents to stop negative intervention. Instead, assist them do their work. It is with love. It is with love. It is with love. We build a nation. All that we need is better treatment. It is with love. It is with love. Yeah. We build a nation. All that we need is better treatment.
I'm shedding my tears for a teacher.
I'm giving you knowledge, you slap me. I'm building your future, you kill me. Oh no, respect the teacher.
I'm shedding my tears as a teacher.
I'm giving you knowledge, you slap me. I'm building your future, you kill me. Oh why? Respect the teacher.
Teacher, we tapsila.
Teacher, will one you
Teacher,
teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will lonely teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will one you teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will lonely teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will one you teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will lonely